Hello, I'm Beth Misner, and I'm really glad I get to be at training with you today. And I'm here today, as you know, to give you an orientation about the BNI Foundation. Ivan and I started the BNI Foundation over 18 years ago. We really believe givers gain. We live givers gain, we practice givers gain, and we realized we were at a point in our corporate growth that givers gain could mean having a nonprofit charitable arm to our company. We sat down with several BNI members, we had a focus group, and they all in unison agreed that our mission, our focus, our purpose would be children and education. So that is our primary thrust in the BNI Foundation. Since we started the foundation over 18 years ago, we have donated more than $3 million to other charitable nonprofits around the world. Our policy is to give grants, we call them Givers Gain Grants, into regions and countries where we have BNI chapters. And our grants are done by referral only, much like business in BNI. We have a very similar model. Last year, we started a new initiative in the BNI Foundation that is really sweeping BNI and the world of BNI in a way we hadn't anticipated, but in a way that we're extraordinarily happy, pleased, gratified, all of that about. And that initiative is known as Business Voices. We are teaching members and chapters and regions how to do noble networking, to find the schools that have needs and to find who we can connect to them to help them meet those needs. We're going about it in a three-pronged way: time, talent, and treasure. It's not just about getting grants into the school now. It's about activating, exciting, inspiring the members who have the ability to serve in the schools in some way to volunteer, whether it's washing windows to get ready for back to school, or maybe the carpet needs to be changed out and the carpet layer in the chapter has some remnants that they can use. Or maybe like another school that recently started up in the new fall here, the chapter members came in and actually painted classrooms. So time and talent is part of the equation now as well. We do have projects in schools all over the United States and in some of our other countries that are doing Business Voices. If and when you're ready to do BNI Foundation work in your region, and I think Ivan's going to touch on that a little bit during Q&A, when is the right time to start doing Business Voices in your region, then the projects that your chapters and your members undertake can qualify for grants from the BNI Foundation. Before we started Business Voices, the work we did was primarily done at a corporate level. Members would refer schools to us. We would get busy, get in there, get involved, and do a grant, and then lose track of the school and lose track of the needs. What we're doing with Business Voices is much more powerful because we're connecting the educator and the kids who have the needs with the business community. So it's reaching in more than just through BNI, but BNI is also bringing in groups like the local chamber, the Rotary Club, the Girl Scouts, Kiwanis, other organizations, so that the entire business community is now involved. We found that this model has proven that it's a great ground for inviting visitors. It's a really great way for our local BNI chapter to get some more visibility and to meet people who aren't yet members of BNI who might like to visit and learn a little bit more about what drives us, what motivates us. When people in your business community see your members reaching in and helping out this way, doing what we're calling noble networking, they're going to want to know more about BNI. Let me talk about noble networking and what that is. Recently, we had a BNI director in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, that went to a school and asked the school principal, took a few members of the chapter with him as well, and asked the principal, what are your top 5 needs? What are the things that you have the most need of here in the school? Because we are part of the business community and we want to adopt your school and help you out with those needs. The principal shared a need he hadn't expected. He said, this principal, when she said to me that the kids are in need of shoes, they're wearing old shoes, outgrown shoes, shoes that are falling apart, he said, you could have knocked me over with a feather. But that was one of their top needs. It took the chapter, what do you think? A number of days. Within 2 weeks, they were back at the school with shoes. They did a shoe drive. They put shoes on the kids' feet that needed shoes, and there was a problem solved. We recently had another school here in Texas that was getting ready to go back to school. They needed the walls painted, they needed the carpets shampooed, they needed the windows washed, And they also had a BNI chapter who had gone in to say, what are your needs? How can we help? The chapter had a work party over the weekend, got the paint on the walls, got the carpets shampooed, and cleaned the windows. So it's that kind of investing in your communities and investing in the youth of your community that Business Voices is inspiring. There are times when it's appropriate to do Business Voices in your region, and then there are times where it's probably better to wait just a little bit. And as I mentioned before, Ivan is going to talk more on that. He has some very specific steps for you to keep in mind. And when you're ready to do something with Business Voices and the BNI Foundation, we're really happy to talk to you about that. The BNI Foundation has an administrator now. Her name is Amanda Hope, and she's the executive director for the BNI Foundation. I'm co-founder and visionary, so I'm out there speaking, talking, training, presenting. I'm also a keynote speaker for other organizations, and I'm talking in the presentations I get to give about noble networking and about businesses having a voice for the issues in our schools. I believe there are so many things that need to be done with the schools that it can seem just impossible and insurmountable. But what we're doing with Business Voices and the BNI Foundation is we're giving people in the community a shovel, and we're saying, this is a big mountain, but you go and dig here. And with all of us working together, we can have a pretty big impact in a community with the schools. Ivan and I really believe that the future of your businesses and the future of our business is the youth that are in school right now. That's why our motto in the BNI Foundation is improving tomorrow's business through education today. You can learn a lot more about the BNI Foundation at bnifoundation.org. And follow us on Facebook. We have a BNI Foundation Facebook page. We also are on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, all of the usual places, so you can find us and follow us there. We have a really great blog writer. So as schools are being adopted by BNI chapters and members, the things that happen, the magic that happens when a chapter does a work day at a school, or when a chapter kind of comes in and begins tutoring students after school, those things are being chronicled at the BNI Foundation website on our blog page. And we are putting the links up at the BNI Foundation page on Facebook. We also have a BNI Connect group where we're posting the things and the information there to inspire and to motivate you and to give you ideas when you're ready, when it's the right time, to do some Business Voices projects in your region. One thing that I can add is that we do have Givers Gain grants that are part of our Business Voices movement. So as your chapters and your members begin to adopt schools and do projects at the schools, if one of the projects that you're working on would benefit from a Givers Gain grant, then you can connect with us and find out more about how to get them qualified in for a grant and considered for a grant. We are able to do 3 to 4 grants per month, and with your support and more members supporting our work, we will actually be able to do more than that eventually. But right now, that's where we're sitting. So I will be present at the conference. I'm coming in on Wednesday, and there will be a BNI Foundation table. If anything you're learning and hearing and continue to hear about and learn about over the course of the next few days really resonates with you and you want to talk more and go deeper with me, I'll be here. Be glad to meet with you at the BNI Foundation table. Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to meeting up with you later on during the week and getting to know you personally. Thanks so much for your time.